All right, so we're grateful that you're still with us right here on TV3. My name is Kweku Tim, and up next we're getting you some updates from our world of business. And for some time now, we're talking about the credit rating agencies. Now, don't you forget that just a few days past, Moody's came out with their ratings. Not quite long ago, we've also had Fitch rating also coming out. So Moody's recently rated us from B2 to B3, showing a negative outlook for the country. But barely 2 days after the Moody's report, Fitch Rating has also issued its findings on the Ghanaian economy, assuring the investor community that Ghana is credit worthy. Well, chartered economist John Gachi also says it's about time Ghanaians begin probing findings of rating agencies.
It is very sad that in Ghana we take the pronouncement of credit rating agencies as a message from God, and that we cannot fault them. That is very, very bad in this country. Credit rating agencies in some country, they have been described as political activists. In some country, they have brought in regulation to regulate the way they do their work because they have not been doing their work very well. In fact, in some country, they help to remove government in power. So that's why European Union, for example, has introduced regulation to regulate the way credit rating agencies do their work. But in Ghana, we are treating credit rating agencies as if they are our gods. When they come and speak, that is the end of the story. When you question it, people begin to question you too. Why are you questioning credit rating agency? Because we see them like God. That is not the issue. They are going through a lot of lawsuits because of mismanagement of information about economies. Recently, they were S&P, for example, had to pay about $1.3 billion to the U.S. government because of mismanagement of information. We know all these things about credit rating agencies. We are even aware about the ethical and professional rule of credit rating agencies, that when countries are going through severe economic challenges and they are taking steps that is considered to be frantic and robust, which will have effect in the medium to long term, credit rating agencies are advised to be very circumspect in making comment about those economies, because their comment will rather undermine the progress that the countries seek to make.
All right, so Dr. John Gachi is a chartered economist. Let's do other business stories now, as the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industries, Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, has stated that Ghana incurs an unbalanced trade deficit of $4 billion as a result of importing more and exporting less.
At a seminar organized to launch the African Growth Opportunity Act, AGWA, the minister said that pirated goods such as wax prints are of a non-chemical composition that may be harmful for human contact. He encouraged more support for locally manufactured goods to ensure quality and mass production.
I think I look very beautiful in my made in Ghana goods. And this is a policy that was introduced by the previous administration. We have continued. The Ministry of Trade has taken a step further, that we wear made in Ghana every single day. Every single day. Before you can export your goods anywhere, you need to have the confidence in wearing those goods.
The Vice President of the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Nana Dr. Dankawuso I, stated that the Trade Center will focus on both regional and other international markets to explore available opportunities in the U.S. markets.
The center comes at an opportune time as the country prepares its implementation strategy for its National Export Development Program. The center will support most of the projects in the program. I would therefore like to encourage all of us gathered here to come on board and support the center so as to provide timely solutions for the challenges exporters encounter.
The AGWA is a legislation that was passed in 2000 by the U.S. government to support African development and offer Ghanaian industries access to the American markets.
All right, so if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live from Adesawe. We'll do some more local business stories. And here, a St. Ghana report has suggested the country performed well in 7 out of 8 key budget document areas in 2014, as per international standards. The report, however, cited inadequate citizen participation in the pre-budget preparation, thus making the process non-transparent.
The Open Budget Survey Tracker tracks whether government of 30 countries, including Ghana, publishes each of the 8 key budget documents on time as per international standards. This is done monthly. Key among the documents which was identified as lacking was effective participation of citizens during the pre-preparation process. The country director of St. Ghana, George Osei Bimpe, explains this makes the country's budget an executive budget rather than one from the citizens. In ensuring positive outcomes in the post-2015 budget, St. Ghana has proposed the media tracks government spending for transparency and accountability.
In as much as we commend government for doing well in the production of the 7 document, we should also begin to see how we make processes unfold so that we can achieve the attainment of the publication of all the key budget. But that is not an end in itself. When we have produced all of this budget, to what extent are we opening up systems so that citizens can use those budgets to demand accountability from government in terms of how public resources are being used?
The senior program officer with the International Budget Partnership, Claire Schutten, argues building capacity and right systems within government is the surest way to create budget transparency.
Fiscal transparency has been a big element of the IMF bailout. So we want to see how that can encourage sustained transparency. In terms of participation, I mean, here is where we want to perhaps see where there are other opportunities for engagement. But also, let's see how government is taking that information into account.
Now, the Ga'is Municipal Assembly wants residents to pay property rates on time. According to the Assembly, this will enable it to speed up development in the area.
At a town hall meeting, the municipal chief executive John Kwao-Saki explained the current state of the economy to the people. He admitted there are challenges but said the future looks bright. He also touched on the needs of residents, especially the private sector, and asked them to make good use of opportunities offered them to move the economy forward.
If you are doing something for me and I'm not aware, I will not even appreciate what you are doing. But if you involve me and then I also bring my input and you are updating me from time to time, I will appreciate the challenges you have and also bring in suggestions.
He also explained measures aimed at promoting good governance, human resource and private sector development, as well as public sector reforms. The interaction saw residents taking through the 2015 budget and planned projects and activities to promote transparency and accountability.